Okay. Hey guys, what's up? It's Steph here. I'm the Secret Slob, and today I have a super exciting guest with me. This is my friend Katy.
Hi guys!
So Katy is a farmer in these areas, and as you know, one of my goals in 2020 was to grow some vegetables here. Even though I live in town, I don't have my own farm. You probably grow lots of vegetables.
We do, yes.
So I asked Katy what I can do if I don't want to dig up a big garden plot in my yard. So, can I grow vegetables in town?
You can grow lots of vegetables in town. The nice thing is that even though we have a farm, we also grow a lot of our food up around the house. I just had kids these past, I don't know, 4 years, 2 little baby boys. And so one of the things I did was plant as much as I could around my house because it makes my life a lot easier for the food that we eat. So it's very easy to do, and we're gonna talk about some tricks for you guys.
Okay, so this is my first year growing vegetables. So I don't have a big garden plot, but what I do have is a lot of garden beds, and usually I fill them with flowers, but this year I thought maybe I could put vegetables in. And so I called you and asked you if we could, and you said yeah.
Absolutely, because I think people can get frustrated when they try to do a bigger garden plot or do a lot. But we always talk about starting small, and I'm also a permaculture garden designer, and what that means is basically I like to design my gardens and my food spaces in a way that mimic nature a bit more, which makes the gardener's job easier. So you're not spending all your time weeding, you're not spending all your time watering. So it's one of the easiest things to do. We call it edible landscaping, and if you already have established perennial beds that have perennial flowers in them, if you just have annual beds, it's so easy to find a couple of plants that you can tuck in with everything that look beautiful, smell beautiful, and just gonna make your overall landscape really work for you.
Low weeding, low effort,
yes.
That's exactly what I want.
Yes.
I want to have all the benefits without the work.
Me too, right? We're busy, we deserve it.
Okay, so what could I plant just in the flower beds that I already have?
First of all, maybe make a list of the things you guys actually eat, right? Because that's important. You don't want to plant a bunch of stuff that you're maybe not going to eat. And then go from there. I think greens are a really easy addition because they're beautiful, and lots of people eat salads, and they're really diverse because you can go lettuce, which will do nice salads and things, to things like kale, which is a little hardier but gives you a nice green. And then also things like strawberries are really easy, raspberries, any type of berry really. When you're planting berries, just think about pollination. So you usually like more than one plant, so that when the bees come along, they like to pollinate all of them. So when you're doing those kind of plantings, just make sure you're doing a couple rather than just one.
So today we're gonna do kind of a cool little project, because the other thing you can use, and this is especially if you have a really small yard, or maybe you just have a balcony or a patio, is do some container gardening. So we have some containers. So Katy's gonna show me 2 really simple ways that we can use containers to make a garden pretty much in any space. Okay, well let's get started.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So the first thing we want to think about when you're planting in a container, any container, and there's lots of things that you can reuse and find that you already probably have, but another thing you want to look at is drainage, because plants don't like to have their feet wet. And so when you buy your pot, you do want to check, does it have drainage holes? This one does not, but that's okay. We're going to hack it. So, easy fix, get your drill, and we're just gonna flip it over. That's good. Well, I would say 4 or 5 holes and we'd be good to go.
All right.
Yeah. Perfect. Doesn't have to be pretty.
There we go.
Now you've got holes.
So this is a 20-inch pot. I just picked it up at the garden center, and it was like $12. Like, it's just plastic. I thought that'd be nicer because it's light and easy to move.
So the next thing is, dirt can be expensive, right? So I always fill my pots, the bottom of them, with a little bit of straw, wood chips, gravel, or something to give it extra drainage. And most plants, their roots will go down and around it anyways, so you're not going to worry too much about that. So I think we have some hay here today.
You can tell we live near the country.
I know, right? Whatever you have available, right?
I just have some hay on hand.
So not crazy, but we just want to add a little bit at the bottom there, so we're not completely filling this with potting soil. So then your next step would be potting soil. Okay. So when you go to shop for this, you want it to say potting soil. The reason that we say that is because it's going to have things added to it that are going to help with moisture control. So if you just put soil in here, or garden soil, it's going to be, it's just going to be too heavy, and it's not going to drain very well. So most potting soils are a good mix of vermiculite, perlite, it's got peat moss in there, and I think this stuff will probably have
we need more, right?
A little bit of fertilizer in there. Yeah. But any good quality potting soil will do the trick.
Well, have you been to the nurseries lately? Like,
Yeah, that's true.
Everything
That's
is
true.
sold out.
Whatever you can find, right? Whatever you can access. The other thing to think about, my most important tip for containers, is because these plants don't have access to soil, they don't have access to the soil critters and the organics and all of that food, so you will have to feed these guys.
Okay.
But all you have to do is buy a fertilizer. You can buy it at your, a soluble fertilizer at the nursery or Walmart, Canadian Tire, all these things sell that. And when you water them, maybe once a month, just put that in the water. So they are getting some nutrition, basically. But that was really the only other thing to think about. Okay, so what are we planting first? I think we have an herb container and a veggie container.
Yeah, let's do the herb one. So I got water, you said water.
The other thing is, most potting mixes are shipped dry because it's obviously a lot lighter. So you just want to moisten it a little bit, so pour your water in there. And then I like to just mix it up and kind of make sure that it's incorporated a little bit. Just gonna make your,
I have shovels.
I think your transition, come on, you gotta get in there. It's good, it's healthy for us to get soil in our hands.
That's true.
Okay, no, our hands are all dirty. That's okay.
Okay.
So what do we have?
I have oregano,
okay,
which looks a little bit tall.
Yeah.
Mint.
Okay.
Make
some
nice mojitos.
Mm-hmm.
Thyme.
Okay.
Okay.
More drapey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rosemary. I know these kind of take off here, right?
Yeah, they get nice and tall and big.
This one's chives.
Okay.
And then I have basil.
Perfect. Little baby basil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pesto, it says, and I had a pesto party, and I like pesto. So.
This is also something, if you had a couple little extra flowers or anything like that, once we get it planted, you can always tuck something in there, right? So yeah, we think about mint gets crazy, so whatever we do with this, I would put this in the back. Because it does get nice and big and it flowers. The bees love it. So basil really likes heat, so we're going to put that at the front because this will also create a little bit of a sun trap. Okay. And the sun will hit that, so that you also kind of want to think about what, and they all say on their card they should if they love sun, if they don't, that kind of stuff. Okay, so thyme is nice and drapey, so this is going to be beautiful, like cascade over the side.
Nice.
You like the oregano in the middle. This gets really pretty red flowers, which is pretty. Okay. The chives get nice and big with a nice purple flower, which is edible.
Nice.
So we'll put kind of these on the sides to kind of grow out this way, and then your rosemary maybe up there.
And the oregano big.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
So now that that's kind of laid out and you get it where you want to, now we can plant.
Right on. Let's do it.
Okay. You do want to just maybe futz with the roots a little bit and kind of get them prepared to grow out instead of just staying in its little pocket. Okay. Perfect.
I feel like this is gonna be the greatest pot I ever planted.
All right, now you're gonna plunk it in there. You just want to make sure that it's level. So you don't want to go too deep, but as long as the soil level is a little bit level, and then you're gonna press down a little bit, push the soil around, and then there you go. Boom. And now we can just fill out around.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have some flowers. Should we add some flowers?
I think we should add some flowers. I always, and especially I think they're edible flowers, so they're even better, right? Yeah. And the other thing flowers can do, there are certain flowers that help deter pests. And I think the two varieties that we have do that.
Yeah, so nasturtiums.
Yeah, this is one of my all-time favorite edible plants. So you can eat the leaves and you can eat the flowers. They get these beautiful different orange, red, yellow flowers. Ooh. And they get really big and drapey. They taste peppery, almost like an arugula.
Well, this says orange. No, dwarf jewel, but it tastes like an orange.
Yeah, so it just has all these different tastes. They have variegated leaves where you can get white and green leaves, so they're just a really nice addition. It makes a wonderful pesto. You said you like pesto.
Oh,
these leaves
yeah.
make a beautiful pesto, and I freeze it and I just eat it all winter, and it's just lovely. The flowers are one of my favorite things for my kids to eat in the garden, and
awesome.
Then it's a beautiful addition to salads as well.
Cool.
So yeah, we can plop. You see that you kind of have these like holes that you might want to fill in. That would be just a perfect place to push a little flower in.
Let's do it.
And these guys look ready to go.
Yeah, the gardening is really taking off this year, I think, because people are at home and they have the time to take care of it.
Well,
right?
And I think the food security thing kind of freaked everybody out, you know?
I'm all tangled. There we go. Yeah, that's true. Ooh, this is just looking lovely.
I know.
Decorative and functional.
Absolutely, and it smells amazing. That's the other thing I love about herbs. This is probably your easiest go-to if you're a beginner. Start with herbs because they're not going to disappoint. They smell wonderful. You can just come out when you're cooking and a couple of snips and you're good to go with these fresh herbs. You'll impress all your friends. It's such an easy way to get into gardening, and you can do it anywhere. Right. So as long as you're pinching and keeping on top of that, they should just last and last and last all season for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited already.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, let's do the next one.
Cool. Veggies, yes. One of my all-time favorite ornamental veggies that you can plant anywhere in any of your garden beds is a cherry tomato. Because everyone loves a garden fresh tomato, these are super easy because really you just need a little bit of a stake to help them grow up. You just have to tie it as it gets bigger, and you're gonna have lots and lots of fruit to enjoy, and they're beautiful. They're just a beautiful plant. They smell really nice. The secret to planting tomatoes in a container or anywhere is you can actually, where you can see on a tomato plant, they have these little fuzzy hairs. Those could all turn into root systems. So if you get a taller one that's a little lanky or it's not really standing up on its own when you plant, you can plant really, really deep, and that will just create a hardier root system.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, but this one looks beautiful. It's nice and compact. What variety is it?
It's called Sweet 100.
Ooh, okay, so yeah, lots of nice red fruit. And there's lots of different colors of cherry tomatoes too, which I like, right?
Oh, I like the orange ones.
Yeah. And when I do veggies, because this tomato's gonna get nice and big and fill out, you kind of want things that are gonna be able to kind of grow out to the side.
Okay, so can these all fit in there? Like there's 6 here.
We probably won't put all of them in here, but we're gonna place them around and kind of see where we go. And you do, it depends on if you want baby lettuce or if you want full lettuce heads, right? Because a fuller lettuce head like a romaine is gonna take up more room. If you just want to cut and come again, these romaine ones are a little bit easier because you can kind of shove them all in, cut them, and they'll keep growing.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Should we put this one in first?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right, and then once again, we're gonna dig a big hole, get these roots happy. When you're working with different types of color and textures and that kind of stuff with edible landscaping, you know, it's kind of a way to just have fun and be creative and plant things how you want to plant. It's okay for vegetables to be pretty too, and I think that we've gotten away from that a little bit, but I think that one of the most beautiful things you can plant is something that is multi-purpose.
I'm back. You're not helping anymore.
No worries.
You say hi.
That's why we have helpers. Hi, handsome, how are you? All right, I was just talking about when you get to do edible landscaping, it's kind of nice with all the different colors and textures. You can kind of get creative with your plantings as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would love for my beds here at the house to just be, you know, pick and go, like you say.
Absolutely.
Berries and vegetables and just, like I want to go less and less annuals and more food and perennials.
And perennials, yeah.
Less work, more food.
Absolutely, and I think that's my motto is always we want to work with nature instead of against it, and that's what nature looks like, right? There's things growing all the time and everywhere, and it's just a way to make it a little more symbiotic and less work for you. So that's ultimately what we're here for, right? Do you want to grab some of those? I like those little curly ones.
Sure.
Like the texture of these guys.
Yeah.
And lettuce is nice because it's a quick growing crop. You know you're probably going to harvest this a lot quicker than the tomatoes. So as you're harvesting your lettuce, it's gonna give the tomato more room to fill out and grow. So it's kind of nice to pair quick growing crops with slower growing crops, and that way you can get more into the same space.
Yeah, okay.
And
I love this. I'm like so excited already for fresh salad.
Tuck some romaine in the back there so that can get bigger. And then, of course, as always, we have to add the flower too.
Oh yeah, okay, so I have marigolds.
Marigolds. Marigolds is a wonderful companion for tomatoes because it deters lots of pests that love tomatoes. So lots of fun things you can add in your vegetable planting.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
Bless you. These bigger ones back here.
Nice.
And it doesn't have to be perfect, right? It just has to be done. We just talked about that.
Exactly. Good enough. It's good
enough, and you can always change it. You know, that's the other thing, the beauty. If something's overgrown or something doesn't look happy, eat it and then move on.
Awesome.
And there you go. Then I would just, when you're done planting, maybe water it again and put them in their new place, and they'll be good to go. Might want to wash our hands before we eat it. But.
Okay, so that's 2 super easy pots that you can do. Basically have fresh salad all summer, and later in the year I'll get tomatoes, which is awesome. I can't wait. Thanks so much for coming over.
You're so welcome.
And helping me with that. I'm super excited to get gardening. I feel like I have a mini farm at my own house. So make sure that you check out Canadian Acres Farm. That's Katy's Instagram page.
Yeah.
I'll put a little link to it below, and your Facebook. She's always running really awesome online courses. Like you did a sourdough course and a seed starting one. And what are you doing this summer?
So this summer we're doing full-on garden courses. So we just want to get you guys gardening and growing.
I'm so excited to check that out. Thanks again for coming. I'm super excited about not having to go to the grocery store when I run out of lettuce.
I know, right?
Have a meal right here on my back porch.
And we'll have to maybe in like July have some mojitos with that mint that we planted, and we'll be good to go.
Definitely. Okay, thanks so much for watching, you guys. I will talk to you really
guys.
soon. Bye.
Bye.